Hi viewers, Viable here. Today, I will tell you why fertilizer is the next big commodity and why you should invest in it. Today we will talk about fertilizer and more precisely potash. So, let's have a look at this here article. As sanctions bite Russia, fertilizer shortage imperils world food supply on March 23rd, 2022. Sky-high fertilizer prices have farmers worldwide scaling back its use and reducing the amount of land they're planting, fallout from the Ukraine-Russia conflict that has some agricultural industry veterans warning of food shortages. Western sanctions on Russia, a major exporter of potash, ammonia, urea, and other soil nutrients, have disrupted shipments of those key inputs around the globe. Fertilizer is key to keeping corn, soy, rice, and wheat yields high. Growers are scrambling to adjust. The pivot can be seen in agricultural powerhouse Brazil, where some farmers are applying less fertilizer to their corn, and some federal legislators are pushing to open protected indigenous lands for the mining of potash. In Zimbabwe and Kenya, small farmers are reverting to using manure to nourish their crops. In Canada, one canola farmer has already stockpiled fertilizer for the 2023 season in anticipation of even higher prices ahead. Farmers elsewhere are making similar moves. Reuters spoke with 34 people on 6 continents, including grain producers, agriculture analysts, traders, and farm groups. All expressed concern about the cost and availability of fertilizer. In the United States alone, fertilizer bills are expected to jump 12% this year after rising 17% in 2021, according to American Farm Bureau Federation and U.S. Department of Agriculture USDA data. So, what should you know about potash? Potash is, of course, as we've seen in this article, a widely used fertilizer. And how do you make money off of it? Well, by investing in a company called Nutrien. What is Nutrien? Nutrien is a Canadian fertilizer company based in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. It's the largest producer of potash and the third largest producer of nitrogen fertilizer in the world. It has 1,500 retail stores and more than 23,100 employees. It is listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange, with a market capitalization of over 34 billion. Why should you invest in Nutrien? For simple, because potash is produced by Canada, Russia, Belarus, China, Israel, but the vast majority of the production, as you see here, comes from Canada. And of course, as you know, because of the currently ongoing sanctions against Russia and Belarus, over 33% of the world's supply of potash is going to soon be cut off, which means that Canada will become the biggest net exporter of potash in the world. Well, at least in the Western world. So if you go on the website for Nutrien, you'll see that they're indeed this company for fertilizer. And of course, they've made an announcement in response to the increasing problems with fertilizer supplies. And they're saying the following. Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Nutrien Limited announced today that in response to the uncertainty of potash supply from Eastern Europe, Ukraine and Russia, it plans to increase potash production capability to approximately 15 million tons in 2022, an increase of nearly 1 million tons compared to previous expectations. The majority of additional volume is expected to be produced in the second half of the year. Our thoughts and sympathies are with those impacted by the crisis in Ukraine, and we hope for an immediate de-escalation of this conflict. The impacts of this conflict extend beyond Eastern Europe as a disruption in supply of key agricultural, fertilizer and energy commodities could have implications for global food security, said Ken Sates, Nutrien's interim president and CEO. Nutrien's 2022 potash production expected to increase by nearly 20% compared to 2020 and account for more than 70% of global production added over this period. So, how much can you make money off Nutrien? Let's check out. On the Toronto Stock Exchange, if you check for 1 month before, on the 24th, you'll see that the average share price was around $98.56. If you go 1 month later, so about today, it's $131.79, which is a more than 30% profit in a month. Nice, huh? But what if you want to invest in American potash, let's say? Well, for that we have intrepidpotash.com. They offer for agriculture, for animal feed, for industrial operations, for oil field solutions. So, they made for this, for Bermuda grass, for citrus, for cocoa, for coffee, for corn, for all sorts of agriculture. Why did I choose them? Because not only are they fairly good in what they do, but because they have the biggest profit margins so far. If you check them, for example, on the New York Stock Exchange, from 1 month ago, their share price was about $47.30 on February 24th, when the invasion happened. If you go a month later to today, it's $90.76. So that's almost double the share price in only 1 month. So that's also a very good investment if you want to invest in fertilizer. So that was it. That's the case I made for fertilizer today. So if you want to make money, a reasonable amount of it in a quickly and rapid fashion, please go check out these two companies and happy investing.